Today we're going to talk about the leader that America needs. Now, the last time that I spoke on this topic, I pissed a bunch of people off because I kept using the term masculine, and people on LinkedIn really didn't like it, specifically women that said that I was talking about toxic masculinity. Now, I'm not going to talk about masculinity completely when it comes to the leader that America needs. However, we are going to touch on the topic a little bit. I'm going to expand on it because it was misunderstood the last time that I chatted about it. So let's talk about the leader that America needs. What's up, guys? My name is Chris Warrens, founder of Warrior Consulting. I just want to give you just a brief background about me. I've now built 6 multi-million-dollar businesses, exited 2, and help entrepreneurs internationally when it comes to building their businesses to the multi-million-dollar mark and beyond. Most people that I do work with are under the 20-year mark in business, and there are a lot of common things that I talk about and work on with people, not only in their businesses, but their mindsets, but also within my businesses. So that's why we're here. This is what this channel is all about. We're all about giving value, impact, hopefully influencing and providing you with some answers that we can give you the perspective of from being in the role for now 15 years. So without further ado, let's jump into the show. All right, just kind of recapping, guys. I've been in leadership roles for 19 years, ever since I went into the Army in 2004. And I've been in leadership roles in different capacities along that journey. Much different leadership roles, but I believe the point is here I'm rounding out my second decade in leadership. So, there's a lot of self-appointed professionals and masters on many topics in this world today. However, those same people that deem themselves as such typically do not have as much experience on a topic that, in this case, I do when it comes to leadership. And leadership is one of my favorite topics to discuss, one of my favorite topics to debate, and one of my favorite topics to teach. And our country is starving for great leadership. And, there's some qualities of leadership that I believe not only our country needs, but has fallen by the wayside. And when I say fallen by the wayside, I believe leadership has kind of lost sight of the soft skills that are needed when it comes to leadership. And our country specifically needs a leader with soft skills and is strong. But we'll get into that, right? First and foremost, when I say soft skills, what am I talking about? I'm talking about self-awareness, talking about empathy, patience, accountability, conviction, kindness, and not limited to, but a leader for our country needs self-awareness, needs to understand themselves first and foremost to be able to lead our country specifically. Self-awareness is one of those soft skills that, for the most part, is taught. A lot of leaders learn self-awareness by investing into themselves and their leadership abilities. We know that politicians typically do not invest in their leadership, let alone their soft skills, and not only self-awareness, but that's the all-encompassing soft skill, but there are layers to other soft skills that are needed for our country. And, I put empathy in this show because it's important for a leader of our country to have empathy. I believe the key is to be truly empathetic, not just when the cameras are on or when their microphone is on or when their social media is on, but actually embracing empathy for the American people in the situations that we are in, which we clearly know is not happening, considering everything that has happened over the past 3 years has been by design. And there are other soft skills such as patience that a leader in America needs if they truly care about our country. Accountability. No one holds our politicians accountable. I'm actually quite surprised, shifting gears, shifting gears to not a politician, technically, that Dr. Fauci was recently held accountable. And I'm actually very happy that he is going to be held accountable. And the thing about it is, politicians aren't holding him accountable. Twitter is, which is ridiculous. But I don't need to really talk about that because I'll digress off what a leader needs, what a leader in this country needs. But they need accountability and to hold themselves accountable. And a leader for this country needs conviction to believe that they actually are a great leader and can lead this country, and don't allow outside influences to push themselves off of the conviction that they can be the leader that our country needs. A leader for this country also needs kindness to be able to combat a lot of the tough situations that they're put in and held accountable for. And those are the soft skills, not limited to, but is what's needed for a leader for this country. And some additional things that I caught some ridicule on last time I talked about this topic was around this word of being centered. And the way that I explain centered is being centered is a very masculine attribute. Being centered is a masculine attribute. And when I explain these things, I believe that society looks at the word masculine as a bad thing. The key word now is toxic masculine, which is no such thing. It's just a political correct term to basically push the rest of us masculine males into a corner and be ridiculed for what we embody. And one of the traits of a masculine energy, which women have masculine energy too, by the way, but males are typically associated with masculinity. Some of us that are left, masculine males anyways, is centered. And centered is a masculine trait. And I believe that a leader for our country needs to be centered. Whether they're masculine or not can be up for debate. I mean, would I say a male in the role of a leader in our country should be masculine? I would. I don't believe a feminine or a disempowered masculine male would do very well on the center stage, as we have a disempowered masculine male on the center stage currently, and our country has arguably never been worse. So a centered male or a centered leader is someone who is emotionally aware and has the self-awareness and deploys the emotional awareness in situations to where they don't get triggered, where they can stay level-headed, and where they can continue to lead without taking things personally. And in a society where everything takes everything personally and feelings are so important, a centered leader has never been more important. I believe that a leader that we need in this country needs to be selfless and not self-serving and not lining their pockets as the primary goal, which is selfish. A leader for this country needs to be selfless to the point that what they need is second fiddle, and it's what the country needs. I believe a leader for this country needs to be strong. Whether they're male or female, they need to be strong. And one of the most important things is a leader for this country should not be bought. And as we see, we are being bought. And we are being bought internally. We are being bought externally. We are not being led by leadership. We are being led by career politicians that are selfish and continue to look out for what's important to them and their families, riding off the backs of the American people, specifically the middle class. So that's what I believe a leader needs to run this country, and that's my perspective. And you could disagree with it. I completely respect it if you do. And if you have a large amount of leadership in your skill set, I'd love to have this conversation with you and understand why you do disagree. But the fact of the matter is, most people realize that I'm right, and I've been right about a lot over the past 3 years, to the point that I don't even care to say that I have been right. Just listen to my shows over the past 3 years, and pretty much everything I called has come true and continues to come true, including Dr. Fauci being crooked. That's what I got for you today, guys. That's my perspective on leadership. If you agree or disagree, drop a comment below, smash that like button, and if you're not, hit subscribe so we can continue to build this awesome community of leaders and entrepreneurs. I'll catch you next time.